Hey guys, and welcome to a brand new video here on FPL Now. Today we're going to be going over my team selection for game week 7. So if you're excited for the video, make sure to drop a like down below. Leave a comment, how is your team shaping up for game week 7? How did you do in game week 6? Subscribe if you're brand new, and let's get into the video. So, starting things off, before we go over my team for game week 7, just going to do a quick recap of how I finished game week 6. And it was definitely my worst game week yet. My game week rank of 6 million. I finished on 42 points with the average being 45. It actually wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be though. I think I went into game week 6 and my rank was like 19k. And I came out of it with a rank of 43k, even though I got 3 points below the average. So it generally could have been a lot worse. But yeah, either way, only got like 1 or 2 returns. I got Trippier getting me a return, and then luckily Haaland, who I captained, got a goal as well. But as you can see, just 1s and 2s across the board. Edison got me 2. Cancelo, of course, got me 2. Really unfortunate to lose the clean sheet to Villa, just simply because Villa's XG in that game was so low. It was just obviously a really good goal from Bailly, but yeah, obviously cost me 8 points there, which 50 would have been nice. I mean, the average would have been a little bit higher, but you know, obviously not everybody has double City defense, so that really hurt. Trent get me 1 point, not too much of a problem because everybody owns him, but you know, he literally 2 more minutes and he would have got me another 5 points there. Dunk getting me 1 point. I mean, Leicester were very bad in that Brighton game. I think Brighton were quite unlucky to concede 2. Trippier, of course, one of my transfers this week, I decided to take out Kukurea for him. Really happy I did, because Kukurea only came out with 1 point. So I would have finished on like 35, 36 points or whatever, which definitely would have hurt my rank. So really happy I brought in Trippier. James get me 1 point as well. Salah with 3. I think he hit the post from a Diaz assist, so that would have got me a few points. Martinelli was 2. Again, don't think that goal should have been disallowed. I'm not just saying that as a because I own Martinelli. I generally think it should have been a goal. Yeah, Diaz getting me 3, Jesus getting me 1, and then Haaland, my captain, getting me 18. So yeah, finished on 42 points. Horrible red arrow, but definitely could have been a lot worse. Moving on to my team selection for game week 7 though, and starting things off, of course, I do have Edison in goal at home to Tottenham. I'm really toying with the idea of wildcarding this week because, like, I obviously want to wildcard in game week 9 because I think that's just the best time to wildcard, because obviously we have like the international break after game week 8, so it's just really useful to deal with like any injuries and stuff. As well as that, we obviously have unlimited transfers. I think it's like game week 15 or so, whenever the World Cup is. We get like an extra wild card this year, so you can make unlimited transfers there. So I kind of want to wild card in game week 9, like obviously deal with that international break, and then kind of prep for all of the game weeks up until the World Cup. Use those unlimited transfers. It's kind of just like a bunch of different like sprints this year because of the extra wild card. But either way, I've got Edison at home to Tottenham. I'm not expecting a clean sheet in this game. Tottenham are kind of City's bogey team. They always seem to beat them or score against them or something like that. But either way, Edison in goal at home to Tottenham. I could play. I've got Ward at home to Villa on the bench, but I just don't trust Leicester defense in the slightest. Either way, my back line is Trent at home to Wolves, Cancelo at home to Tottenham, Dunk away at Bournemouth, Trippier away at West Ham, and James away at Fulham. I feel like I'm gonna have a really bad game week this week. Just looking at the fixtures, like Trippier away at West Ham, I'm not confident about that. Dunk away at Bournemouth, I am confident about that. But I mean, pretty much everybody owns some sort of Brighton defender, whether it is Sanchez or Dunk or something like that. And then Cancelo at home to Tottenham again. If clean sheet goes for City, obviously 2 of my players will lose the clean sheet. And then Trent at home to Wolves. I am expecting a clean sheet there. Wolves just don't look that good going forward. Apparently Wolves signing Diego Costa as well, though I don't know if he'll be fit, ready to play for that game. But it'll be very interesting seeing him back in the Prem. But that's the back line. Yeah, not really feeling. I mean, even away at Fulham, Chelsea, I feel like they're going to concede against Mitrovic. I feel like Mitrovic is just fixture proof now. I feel like he can just score in any game. It doesn't matter. But that's the back line. In midfield, I've got Salah at home to Wolves, Martinelli at home to Everton, and then Diaz at home to Wolves. I'm feeling a little bit more confident about the midfield, but again, Wolves they're really annoying to play against. They're just so defensive. And I just don't know how I feel about double Liverpool in midfield now. Well, triple Liverpool to be fair, because Trent, I guess you could class him as a midfielder. He gets forward that much. But yeah, Diaz and Salah at home to Wolves. A lot of people are captaining Salah this week. I don't know, I just feel like Haaland is just always the way to go. I currently have my captaincy on Jesus. These are my forwards, Haaland and Jesus. That does need to change to Haaland. I don't know why I've got my captaincy on Jesus. But yeah, Jesus at home to Everton. I don't know why a lot of people are selling Jesus. Literally, like, at home to Everton is a really good fixture, and I generally think he could do really well in that game. And he is a good captaincy option this week. I generally think Jesus, Haaland, and Salah are all good captaincy options this week. I don't think there's anything wrong with going with Jesus or Salah. It's just, I don't know, Haaland is just on that streak at the moment. It is a game he's going to play. Like, obviously, they're going to play Champions League this week. As well as that, obviously, make no transfers until after the Champions League games, because anyone could get injuries and stuff like that. But, yeah, Jesus at home to Everton, I think could be a nice fixture. But whether I would captain him, I don't think I have the balls to do it. And then the bench is literally just Ward at home to Villa. And then Pereira at home to Chelsea, Reed at home to Chelsea. I mean, Stansfield's on loan. He's not actually classed as on loan yet, but I'll be getting rid of him next week. But that's how my Game Week 7 team is shaping up. But yeah, not confident about this at all. I mean, my forwards and midfield isn't that bad. It's just my back line and my goalkeeper are just, I don't know. I just feel like it could be back-to-back red arrows for me this week. Moving on to my transfers, though, I have 0.4 in the bank because obviously I got rid of Gabriel last week for Dunk. I only have 1 free transfer. I wish I had 2 free transfers this week. I wish I didn't bring Dunk. Well, I mean, there's nothing wrong with bringing Dunk in because I did it for the fixtures like Bournemouth and Crystal Palace. But I would love to have had 2 free transfers this week. I really want a wild card because obviously I want to get rid of Edison. I'd like to get rid of... I mean, this is the thing, because if I wildcard in Game Week 9, I can obviously get rid of Edison, Trent, Cancelo. Not that I'm going to get rid of both City defence, but I'd probably bring in like Diaz or something. I can get rid of Dunk, who obviously has Liverpool and Tottenham. I'd keep James. I'd get rid of Stansfield, obviously, but I should have gotten rid of him before then. I'd probably get rid of Salah as well, and probably bring in Kane maybe. But either way, like, this is the transfer that I'm thinking of making. So what I could do this week is just roll, which I don't know. Like, looking at this team, I'm not sure if rolling is the correct decision. But something that I could do is this week get rid of Diaz and bring in Gross, who I think I just need in my team. He's got Bournemouth away, and again, because I'm wildcarding in Game Week 9, I'm just going to get rid of him then anyway. So it doesn't matter like bringing him in now, and that'd give me 2.5 mil in the bank. Now I could just do that, or I could also take a hit, which I don't even want to take a hit because I've not taken one yet this season. I don't think I necessarily need to, but if I take a hit, I'd either bring in Tony, who's got Southampton away, and then he's got Arsenal, or I bring in Mitrovic, who has Chelsea at home, and then he has Forest away. So both have like one okay fixture and then like one not so good fixture. So I don't really know which one I like more. They're both on penalties. Mitrovic is a little bit cheaper, but it's fine because I can afford both. So that's not like a massive problem there. But at the same time, it's like I don't necessarily want to bring in like a player and then I'm just going to I would wildcard them in Game Week 9 anyway, so I don't necessarily think I need to take a hit right before I'm going to play a wildcard. I just don't think it's needed at all. So what I would probably do instead is just do this transfer this week, and then obviously have another free transfer for next week. Probably bring in Mitrovic. I do prefer him to Tony at this point in time, and again, I have the money to do that, so I'd obviously bring Mitrovic in next week for Game Week 8, and then Game Week 9 just wildcard, and then wildcard Edison out my team, Dunk out my team, Gross out my team, probably Trent out my team, and then maybe Jesus out my team as well. Because I also want another reason I don't want a wildcard before Game Week 9 is I don't want to lose Martinelli and Jesus for Everton and Brentford. I think there's 2 really good fixtures for these players. But I'd also wildcard out Jesus that week as well. I'd probably, like I say, get rid of Salah. And I think I'd either go Kane, Mitrovic, and Haaland, or maybe Kane, Tony, and Haaland, or maybe Tony, Mitrovic, and Haaland. It depends who I bring in the midfield, to be fair, because not having Salah allows you to bring in like De Bruyne and stuff like that, or maybe even Son as well, because Son's got some nice fixtures coming up. I know that he's not really playing like he did last season, but he's always an option. So yeah, that could be something I do, but I could be kind of tempted to not go with Salah and then maybe just bring him back in, you know, but obviously that'd cost me 2 transfers if I did bring in Kane. But I don't know, like, they've got Chelsea and then Arsenal, then City. I'd have to play him for the Chelsea game if I'm wildcarding in Game Week 9. But then, you know, Arsenal and City, I'm not a fan. So that could be something that I do. That's what I think I am going to do. Just have the 1 transfer this week, bring in Gross. Like, I could roll as well, but I don't know. It's basically, it comes down to, do I prefer Gross away at Bournemouth, or do I prefer Diaz at home to Liverpool? The thing is, I know that Gross is going to play in the 90. He's on set pieces. Diaz, whether he plays the 90 or not, I'm not too sure. So yeah, I don't know. If Gross was on penalties, I'd do it without a doubt. But yeah, I just think that Gross potentially could be a better option this week. And my team would look a little bit better, but I still wouldn't like appreciate that back line. I mean, there's not really anything else that I want to do. That, like, because I'm wildcard in game week 9, I'm able to take a punt, but I honestly don't really know who I'd bring in from that back line. Like, there's not really anyone I really want to get rid of. Like James, Cancelo, and Trent is just too template. I'm not going to get rid of Trippier, and then Dunk away at Bournemouth I'm not going to get rid of. I could get rid of Edison and downgrade to, I don't know, maybe Sanchez, and just do double Brighton defense, which again is another option, especially just because I'm wildcarding in game week 9 anyway. But then, you know, Edison has Wolves away in game week 8, and I kind of want double City defense for that game. Whereas, you know, Brighton have Crystal Palace, and I don't really want double Crystal Palace, double Brighton for Crystal Palace at home. So yeah, not really too sure, but that's kind of what the situation is at the moment. I think I'm just going to get rid of Diaz for Gross this week, and then hopefully he does bang, because he is getting more and more template, and like I say, he's just playing really, really good football, and I kind of want him for the Bournemouth and Crystal Palace game. I definitely want him for the Bournemouth game, because Bournemouth are just leaking in goals, and I think I'd regret not having him for that game, whereas Wolves are just annoying to break down. I know it's at Anfield, but Liverpool just haven't been that good this season, so I think the smarter play is to bring in Gross, and then just line up like that. Either way though, that's what my game week 7 team is looking like and shaping up to be, and my future transfers and stuff like that. I'll make a video tomorrow going over like best transfers to bring in this week and stuff, and then yeah, Thursday, Friday, whatever, we'll do the game week preview. Big thank you to everyone that stayed still watching this video. Thank you so much. If you did enjoy, please do drop a like down below. Let's try and hit 50 likes. Leave a comment, what is your game week 7 team looking like? Of course, thank you again for all the support lately. We're absolutely smashing it on the like the views and the subs and stuff. I really, really appreciate it. Hope you're enjoying the content. Hope you have a fantastic rest of your day, and until next time, peace.